morning. Wow, what a brand new day, a brand new month, a brand new 1st of February 2021. Well, good morning, all. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Man, that song gets me ready. I don't know about y'all, but can y'all feel that? Can you guys feel? Can you feel this month? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Oh my God, I love that song. I was going through the list with Mr. Bree Clemens the other day. I said, man, we got to do. Can you feel it? Because I tell you, excitement in my chest here. I can feel it. 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 As you can see, I'm in the car driving right now. I have an appointment, a very important appointment. But I just want to say good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. A new month, second month. Wow, today is the 1st of February. Can you feel it? Before we get started with our superstar guest speaker today, I want to first of all have an announcement of the promotion for the month. And I'm going to put your hands to Mr. Julian Lewis just for a second. Hand it back to me, then I'm going to introduce our super special guest. I was trying to get him to smile. But anyway, right now, I'll put your hand on Mr. Julian Lewis to talk about the bonus for the month of February. Let's give him a hand, everybody. Yay! I can feel it.
Good morning, Mr. Thomas. Happy 1st of the month of February. I'm excited to be on here with all of you and to share with you the bonus that the company has put on, a promotion that's extremely powerful for this month. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that up so we can take a look at this. Check this out. So for the month of February, for anyone that has a start date in the month of February, this is going to be a fast start bonus. For them, it's for new IBOs who enroll this month with a minimum. So there's a difference this month to be aware of. Someone that has a minimum of 15 downline customer points will qualify for the February Fast Start bonus. So the way this works, and this is going to look similar, so you want to make sure you see this clearly. So the way this works is if someone's brand new and in their first 30 days, they go out and gather a total of 30 customer points and promote to the position of executive team leader, they're going to be able to earn a February Fast Start bonus. But the way it works is that a new IBO with that start date, in that 30 points, a minimum of 15 downline points. So a minimum of 15 points need to come from the organization in order to earn the Fast Start bonus of $425. That's huge. That's a lot of money. So above and beyond the bonus that you earn for getting qualified. So qualified, you earn a $75 bonus. You can earn a $425 bonus for so grand total $500 bonus just for having a start date in the month of February, becoming an executive team leader with a minimum of 15 of those 30 points coming from your downline. So on above and beyond that, you have the monthly personal customer bonuses that can be earned. So you can earn all the money that you see here on the screen on top of everything else that ACN has to offer for us. So it's exciting kickoff for the month of February. Mr. Thomas, I'm going to turn it back over to you, sir.
All right, thank you so much. So not only you get the 75 with 3 services, 5 is 200, 8 is 400, and 11 is 600. Plus you pick up the 425 along the way. That is powerful. That is powerful, powerful, powerful. Folks, can you feel it? Can you feel it? Oh my God, I'm full of myself this morning. I can feel a lot of you guys qualifying for, and ladies and gentlemen, qualifying for that bonus with your new people. Well, good morning, Mr. Payon over Japan. Thank you so much for joining in. Miss Caroline Baker, thank you this morning. I also want to thank Miss Belinda Batiste. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Miss Ikinko in Japan, thank you so much. Corey Alexander over in Fresno. Mr. Dave Culver, the professor, good morning, sir. Freddie Sherman, good morning. Mr. Jordan Say in Nashville, good morning. Daryl Ranson up in Nashville, good morning. In Navarro, good morning, sir, over there in Fresno. Christine, good morning so much. Miss Castro in Phoenix. Marie, thank you. Miss Marcia Carter, good morning. Your brother, Mr. Marvin Carter, regional director out of Fresno. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Miss Mary Perez, look at her driving. I love it. Good morning, superstar. Hey, Queen A, thank you for joining. Miss Ursula Allen, good morning. Ryan Swallow in Sacramento, California. Mr. Winston Herbert, good morning, sir. Sensational in Florida. Let's see what kind of glass she got on. She got the black rim was on this morning. All right, all right. Good morning, Mr. Tasha Ismail, the 3.0 lady. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I'd also like to thank Mr. Bill Bailey. Good morning, Miss Tamara McDonald. good morning. Good seeing you back on the call, young lady. Celia in Woodland, California. Al Randolph in Oakland. Thank you so much. Miss Pat Robinson, good morning. Mr. McGowan, good morning. Sam Foster down in Dallas, Texas. Good morning. Miss Anna Inez out in Texas. Good morning. Rose Guerrero, good morning. Birthday lady, had a birthday on Friday, everybody. Yeah. And also, I'd like to thank her husband, did a wonderful job last night, Mr. Chris King. If you missed last night's training, oh my goodness, he did a wonderful job. I would say go back to the channel and rewatch it. Well, before we get to our guest speaker, but let me kind of give you the lineup for this week. This week, I'm going to start with tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a guest speaker. Can't tell you who. Wednesday, we've got Mr. Shaquille Cooper back with us on Wednesday. On Thursday, we've got Mr. Dean Torelli. And then on Friday, Mr. Nelson. Wow, what a schedule for the month of February. But today, I got a young man today who I've been trying to hunt down, get down, and he's been moving between homes and doing this and that. He's pretty active, and he's a dear friend. He's also regional vice president at ACN. He overrides most of all of Chicago and other cities around the United States. He's an avid hunter. Oh God, he's not only a good friend of mine, but he's also a friend of mine. He's come from the sanitational engineering background. A dear personal friend of mine. He worked with for many years, and I still can't get him in the business, and it's okay. But he's dropped on him and dropped on him and dropped on him. Without further ado, my dear friend from I think he's sorry, he just moved from some Northern California. He just moved to Reno, Nevada. My dear friend, Mr. Matt Seever.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for that kind introduction, sir. You have me blushing over here.
You're welcome.
On here. Yep. Great to be on here. And yes, sir, I'm in Northern Nevada now. I moved twice in the last year and a half. So ended up in Nevada. Pretty happy here. It's getting
Sir, I'm gonna ask for forgiveness. I'm gonna be driving. I'm gonna have my camera off because I can't drive and watch. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be on the call listening, but I will be driving. But I just wanted, out of respect for you, to introduce you. But I'll be listening and taking mental notes.
Absolutely appreciate that. So be careful driving.
Yes, sir.
It's a beautiful thing. We can build this business on the run. In times of change from last year about this time. I know most of you, if you were in the business at that time, we were building through Zoom. And those of you that are new, definitely learned to build through Zoom through this last, this last year. And hopefully everyone is healthy and safe. I see people from all over. It's good to see your faces. To be honest with you, I can't wait till we can meet again in person. I miss I think this business, in my opinion, is best built in person, face to face. But we're blessed. We're blessed that we can actually build this business anywhere, anytime. As you see Mr. Thomas in the car, I think I do my best work in the car, to be honest with you guys. Love his infectious energy there too. Definitely. It's funny. Mr. Thomas, that infectious energy. I got to say, I think that's one of the biggest, probably the biggest attractions in this business, guys. If you could learn to be somebody, be authentic, be yourself, number one, but be somebody that people are attracted to. Okay. And what do I mean by that? Not just because you're good looking, but think about Mr. Thomas. How many of you would love to just get up and have that kind of positive energy? We want to attract people. One of the ways to do it is having, an infectious energy like that, smiling, be that person that's smiling. People want to be around people that smile. I know it's funny. He said, you singing there trying to get me to smile. And sometimes we got to remind ourselves, right? We got to tell ourselves to smile because people are attracted to that. We all know there's some people that we're around sometimes that don't smile at all, no matter how great a joke is or how good the day is. So be that person. And what happens is you attract people to want to be around you guys. And especially for a business like this, we're in the people business at the end of the day, right? I started this business over 17 years ago. A lot of you on here know my story, but for those of you that don't, over 17 years ago, I was a garbage man. I worked in Oakland for many, many years with a long, lifelong friend of Mr. Thomas, Byron. And I could remember we used to talk, I'm like, Mr. Thomas, and you're not doing ACN. How are you not doing that? And he just, for whatever reason, and as much success as Mr. Thomas had, for whatever reason, he wasn't interested at the time. But that was my career. I did it for many, many years. Great job, good pay, benefits, retirement. What I didn't know is they were going to downsize like they do in some companies. And the 3 men on the garbage truck is now 1. So 1 person is doing what 3 people used to do. And a lot of our bodies just couldn't handle it. Over time, I had some injuries. Basically, after 20 years, was told they didn't think I could physically do the job. And I had already started my ACN business back then when that was happening on a very part-time, spare time basis. Thank God that I did. I put it in as a plan B. And when those injuries took place, this is the vehicle that I actually was able to replace my income and my wife's income and go full time. And guys, I'm not technical. I don't have a college degree. I'm just a garbage man. Okay. The one thing that I had was work ethic. I was going to work hard at something anyway. And I followed individuals like Mr. Thomas. And here's what's crazy. Before, when I first got into ACN, I heard about Mr. Thomas. My mom lived in Sacramento, actually, and she knew some people that were like, oh my God, this gentleman, Mr. Al Thomas. And, I knew all about him, his successes and all the things that he had accomplished in this industry prior to even meeting him over 17 years ago. And then obviously through ACN, get a chance to not only meet him, be mentored by him, become friends with him through this amazing opportunity. So, this opportunity is going to be what you make of it, number one. But it's sky is the limit, honestly. I mean, you're watching people, I'm sure you guys, especially if you plug into trainings, think of the people that that have had levels of success of where you want to be. Regional director is a great place to get to if you're not there yet. Then, of course, you want to go RVP and SVP because of the other benefits that come along with getting to those positions. And right now, I mean, think about this Zoom technology. We could be anywhere, anytime because of this technology. And we need to learn to take advantage of it, obviously, because we can't meet in person just yet, depending where you're at. But this technology is powerful. I mean, the company is going to, do an international event coming up in March that we could build into these Zooms into that event, which they've spent a ton of money on to make it as real as possible as if we were there in that event. We've seen some highlights on it and what it's going to look like, how it's going to feel. So, we're beginning of February. And as Julian said, he was sharing the bonuses. Do if you're not ETL, obviously you want to get there. If you just got started, let's create a story. Let's create a story of you getting to that ETL position, in your first few days, first week, definitely less than your 30 days, because it's possible. And you want to set the tone for other people in your team or people that are joining your team, what is possible to actually accomplish. 30 customer points, guys. Look at some of the points for Vivint and ID Seal for the year. I mean, they're 8 points per service right now. Cell phone, 6 points. So there's some of the services that are multiple points. We should be helping people hit those positions and creating tons of stories right now with those services. If you want to go regional director, here's a question. How many people are you getting on these Zooms a day? So 600 customer points, is what it takes to become a regional director between yourself and people on your team. And you could, I'm a numbers guy. So I can remember when we were closing out RVP years ago, I can remember how many customers we needed. There was about 140 customers needed to close out by the next national. And we actually did that in a little over about a week and a half's time. And I was going through some pictures recently and looking at it, how we did it. Guys, we had a goal board, we wrote it down, looked at who we could help in our, obviously on our team, who knew was coming into the team, and also what we could do personally, what we could do personally to get to that next level. And as, we're talking about as leaders, we share, things to do that will help you build your business. So last month, guys, I'm sharing with my team, people look at the personal customer points of 200, man, that just looks like such a big number. Well, I went out personally and crushed that. I went to 272 personal customer points and hitting those bonuses along the way. So if you guys want to make money on a weekly basis, it's easy. Just go out and get some customers. We put in, we hit the 11 services for the 600 bonus. helping other people do the same thing. And that's not a lot of money, but it could be to people, especially if they're just new building their business. If you made $600 a week in bonuses and you duplicated that in your team, I mean, think about that. We put in 11 ID seals at 8 points. That's 88 customer points. Think about that. If you did that every week, not only would you be at your 200 customer points, but what if you duplicated that in your team? You'd go regional director in record time, and as your recruiting is picking up because you're getting people into these Zooms and the trainings on Saturday and plugging into the leaderships with the co-founders, think of that duplicating. Your residual income will be crazy. It will absolutely be crazy. And this is what I can share with you. Getting to those positions and earning a residual income is priceless. The bonuses are great, but the residual income is actually the cherry on the top. I moved September of last year. I moved to Nevada, and there was several months where we were so busy with moving and all these things going on. Imagine if you were able to actually be able to unplug for whatever reason, but your income stayed the same or grew because you definitely built the business the right way. Your team was plugging in and doing the right things to grow their business, but you were in a position to benefit from all that. See, guys, that's truly priceless. The time and money together is absolutely priceless. And that was what we got to experience, those last couple of months. And I'm not going to go into detail. Just know that I know 2020 was crazy for everybody, and in the process of that, we had some crazy things happen. And because of what we built, we were able to enjoy the residual income that was coming in, move out of a state to another state, and actually had to move my mother-in-law because unfortunately her house burned down, out of another state to our state to move in with us. But it was all because of the benefits, of what ACN has put in place. So I encourage you guys to use all the resources. Like, pretend like you're brand new. It doesn't matter where you're at in your business. Imagine when you were brand new. How excited were you to make something happen? Like, I can remember just wanting to be a sponge and absorb any training, anything I could to learn this business as fast as I could for the most successful people so that I can put it into action and have success. So we need to go back to being new and being a sponge like that and taking advantage of everything that's in place right now. I know Mr. Thomas puts, several things throughout the week for you guys to take advantage of, along with the company, and use those. And as I mentioned before, create a story. If you're brand new, we're here to help you. We're here to create that story with you. If you're a seasoned IBO, press restart and pretend like you're brand new right now. What's your next goal? If you're at 100 points, let's go to 200 points. If you're at 200 plus points, hey, there's people hitting RD with 600 or more customer points. Now, it's better to do it with the team. I'm not telling you for 1 minute not to go build a team, but imagine duplicating out. Everybody's getting 200 customer points. That's top of the compensation plan, 20%. Can you imagine that? Imagine having 10 people with 200 points. How about 100 people with 200 points? How about thousands of people like RVPs and SVPs have on their team with 200 plus customer points? Your residual income would be silly. And silly in the point where you could do many, many things. Not only take care of your family, but how much money could you give away and help other people that are maybe in need? So you're in a whole different position. And guess what? Givers are good people. You give and you get. So take advantage of that, guys. I know a lot of you on here take advantage of what I'm sharing with you, but you definitely want to duplicate that in your teams. I was blessed over the years to, just meet some people, play the who do you know game. I just talked to one of my IBOs in Florida and another one in Michigan, and they're basically kind of pressing restart because of they moved and things happened in their life. I said, great, we need to play the who do you know game. And they looked at me kind of funny, and I said, yeah, who do you know? And when you get that person enrolled in the opportunity, we want to know, who do they know? And who does that person know? And who does that person know? I don't know. I'm sure most of you guys on here, follow some of the leaders on social media. And Mr. Aaron Burt, Senior Vice President, COC member, he posted something the other day talking about, drilling deep in your organizations. 30 levels deep, a young lady goes RD. 30 levels deep. That means 29 other people, the 30th person, guess what, goes regional director. As Mr. Thomas mentioned in Chicago, I was blessed to build a business that on my 16th level, Regional Vice President Platinum, Mr. Raul Velasquez and Arturo Neshi, is on my 16th level. And it's because we tap rooted through people. There was 5 other RDs between them. And we kept asking, who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know? And guess what? We found some incredible leaders there. And then actually drilling through their organization on the 23rd level comes Regional Vice President, Mr. Cesar Tapia, 23 levels deep. So leaders are found, ladies and gentlemen. They're found and then developed. And so we have to get good at enrolling people. So I talked to you about getting customers. See, we got to get good at that because we need to be able to teach it. You can recruit a bunch of people, but if nobody's getting any customers, it's not doing anybody any good. Not your new IBO, not you. So creating a story, and as I mentioned earlier, I mean, I believe we have an amazing comp plan right now because we can take somebody from the newest position to senior positions, and money's just flowing, right? Money's just flowing. That's $75 for qualifying. Guess what? If you're enrolling a bunch of people every month and people are getting a check, guess what? They're going to get excited about helping people get a check. And that's where your business is actually going to explode. We want to create some stories. Imagine, having people on here that you're recognizing for, getting qualified in their first 24 hours. I mean, we're watching some people going ETL in 24 hours. That's a great story. ETL in their first 24 hours. You imagine them duplicating that in their first 30 days. I honestly believe we should be producing RDs in 30 plus days. I mean, it should be no problem. If we can produce, 30 plus points with an ETL, I mean, how many ETLs do we have to produce for someone to go regional director? And do you know that there's people in the company today that have went RVP that it's gotten over 3,000 personal customer points? To go personal customer points to go regional vice president. Hey, I would say build it with the team, but I'm sharing with you all the different possibilities that are there. Imagine if people are trying to get even close to getting 3,000 customer points in that gentleman's organization, and they're getting 500 or 600 at a time. I mean, you guys, can you see the vision of like what would actually happen in our businesses? Your billing volume would go through the roof. Your residual income would go through the roof. And then we would probably be talking to you on this Zoom, and you might be, I don't know, on the beach somewhere because you can. And because of Zoom, guess what, guys? We can. So it's a beautiful, beautiful business to be able to build and have the freedom. And I want to share this with you guys because I think it's relevant. There's people on here I know from all different backgrounds, from working a job to business owners to maybe, professional network marketer. And over my years, imagine I was a garbage man for 20 years. That's a job. I worked, traded my time for money. I owned traditional businesses, traditional brick and mortar franchise type of business. And I built an ACN business and network marketing. And this is what I can tell you after those experiences, hands down, a business like ACN blows all of those businesses away. 100% blows them away. In a job, it's the instant gratification. And my boys, they're all involved in ACN. My wife has her own business in ACN. And my boys, actually went and recently, my older son, in between playing baseball, he's working at the Tesla plant, only for a few more weeks because he's getting a contract to go play baseball. But it's great that they now have the experience. They only knew freedom because they grew up with their dad being able to show them what time and money freedom looks like together. Then they got a chance to actually work a job. And now it's funny, they're gravitating back towards, how do I get free? Working a job's great. I'm not downplaying it. What I'm saying is that's the instant gratification, right? working a business that, like, you own a business, a franchise or something, there's a lot of stress in that. You have overhead and you know, you got to pay rent and employees and all these other things that, you know, things have changed recently that wouldn't have been a great spot to be in because of things that have happened. So trust in the process, trust in your leadership that a business like ACN, get those upfront bonuses to feed yourself and your team to keep them hungry so you can get to the other side where the residual income is waiting for you. As I mentioned, I've done all three, and there's nothing better, ladies and gentlemen, than having a business like this that you've built where you can enjoy the freedoms it will give you in the future. And here's something that I love about this business. See, when I had a great paying job, I couldn't just give that to somebody. I couldn't just get my buddies all jobs. When I had a business, I couldn't just give them the business or give them the benefits that came with that. But guess what we can do with this business? We could give this thing away. And by being the example, having stories that you've created with yourself and other people, think about what that feels like. Is being able to help other people get free with you. So when you're traveling the world or beaches of the world or doing whatever is important to you, you have some people to hang out with. And that's priceless, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely priceless. So Mr. Thomas, are you still driving, sir?
Yes, sir. I'm still driving. I'm hearing every word you say, and I just want to say thank you for letting everybody hear the insight. Here you are, and I don't want to say garbage man or sanitation engineer as I like to be preferred to, but to let everybody see your background. And here again, who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know? And I think Mr. Saturday last night, Mr. King was teaching and preaching on who do you know? Who do you know? And I just want to say thank you. It's confirmation. Let people know. It's all about who do you know? Who do you know? So thank you so much. And also the insight of, you know, look at what, because you taprooted. Here gives another subject, taprooting down the levels. You got RVPs, RVPs, RDs, RDs, you know, you just taproot. And that's what's so important for people to understand. Even in today's time, we could still build a significant business. And look at that bonus that ACN just put on the table for all of us. This is amazing that a person could come here for $224 and get back over $1,100 potentially just by going out working step by step and doing the things that ACN requiring us to go do. So I want to say thank you, sir. And I know you know, moving the mother-in-law in and moving out of Northern California and selling a few things and moving up there, personally knowing you, I know it's a lot, but I thank you so much for taking time out of schedule. The last time we talked, you were coming through Vegas when you get a chance to get together and driving up to the mountains and do a little hunting. So I just want to say thank you so much for taking time out and really just giving people a simple tool to run by, because like Mr. Seever says, it's just staying in the trenches, staying in phase one. You know, what he say about his leaders? They hit what? Reset and went back at it again. Folks, all you and I have to do is hit reset as well, you know. And I just want to say thank you, sir. You got a few words in closing for us all?
Absolutely. You know, somebody said to me one time, and I think a lot of you have heard this before, if we're not having fun building this business, we're doing something wrong. So remember to have fun and put, you know, even when things maybe are not going the way you want them to. We used to teach people we're making calls to smile as they're making calls. Smile through that phone. People can feel it. And it's a funny thing when you smile, you know, even if you're having maybe not a great day, to change the energy. When you change that energy, you know, I honestly believe right now with everything, you know, all the changes that are going on in the world, I believe we have an opportunity that people definitely need to hear about. And if we don't get to them and at least ask if they're open, we're going to be missing out on, you know, potentially some very successful people that are waiting for an opportunity, praying for an opportunity. Doesn't matter what their level of success is, share this opportunity. And here's something, there's fortune in the follow-up. So one of the things that you don't want to miss out on is, I don't care if every 30 days you call them back up and say, hey, Julian, hey, listen, hey, we talked last month and I know it wasn't great timing. I was wondering if you're open to hear what's going on. We have to follow up with people, ladies and gentlemen. I've watched so many people get recruited into our opportunity and become successful that have actually said no multiple times. And then guess what? You finally ask them, or if you don't, somebody else comes along and says, oh man, so-and-so's been telling me about that business. And all of a sudden they end up on somebody else's team. So it's important, guys, that we stay diligent and keep, working your list, adding to your list. I'll leave you guys with this. I am always building relationships. Every single day, I'm building relationships. And what do I mean by that? We want to recruit people today. I get it. But if you build relationships and pretty soon you have a list of new friends, and as they're going to start asking you what you do, number one, but those are easier people because of your relationship now to get them to see the information and enroll them to what we're doing. When I was leaving California, one of the realtors, actually I recruit all the realtors that I do business with. Okay. I learned that from Mr. Thomas. They eventually asked what we do. And I tell them, I said, hey man, can you imagine getting paid after you close the deal? All the services are going to sign up. They're like, well, what do you mean? What do you mean? I said, well, if you could get 20% on those services that are paid every month, their internet, television, gas, light, things of that nature, they're all ears. And do you know that a lot of people in real estate, some bigger companies, there's actually, if you live in California, you've heard this radio on the radio, it talks about, I think it's called Leaving California or something like that.com. And they literally talk about, we will relocate you. We will sell your house, help you find another place in whatever state you want to go. They'll actually take you around in another state. And when you close a deal, at the end, they said, it will even help you sign up all your services. It's like a concierge service that they're offering, a lot of them for free. And here we could go and recruit agents. How about brokers? Where why give it away for free? You're still going to give it away for free, but you're going to get 20% on the back end. And it's a huge opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. So, build relationships with everyone. The person that I actually bought my house through here in Nevada, guess what? She's all ears. We sat down with her and she's a beast. I mean, she's incredible at what she does. And I showed her exactly what I just shared with you. And she's like, oh my God. She goes, me and my husband need to do this. Why wouldn't we do this? Because it's right in line with what they're already doing. So there's a tip for you guys, build relationships and invite everybody. But there's certain people that I'm telling you, it's just a fit for them. If they see what we see, they have the potential of absolutely crushing this business. And you just want them on your team. You want them on your team. So that being said, Mr. Thomas, I appreciate you, my friend.
Sir, thank you so much. Can we show Mr. Matt Seever some love? Let's give him a little love, Ralph. Put it in the chat. Give him some claps. Give him some love because, today was phenomenal. I just love how he just has a fireside chat with you. Tonight, Power Hour, Miss Natasha Isbell and Mr. Bree Clements, Power Hour tonight. Bring your list, make some phone calls, and let's just exactly who do you know? Just like Mr. Matt Seever said, who do you know? Tonight, 6 o'clock, Power Hour. Tomorrow morning, we have a special guest speaker. Tuesday night, 6 o'clock p.m., the 1 through 10. Get your guest on here. Get your guest on here. And matter of fact, I don't care how many times you've seen it. Can you do the 1 through 10? Well, if not, try to write it down and learn how to do it. Wednesday, we've got our special guest for this month of February. All of Wednesday, we got Mr. Shaquille Cooper. We're looking forward to that young man. He's so powerful. And then by invitation only, I'm doing calling people up, getting them in your business. Last week we did it, had we signed up 7 last week on Wednesday on the spot. Now remember, to be part of that, you already got to get a list to us and give it to Mr. Bree Clemens by 3 o'clock. We already got 5 people signed up for Wednesday night with people ready to go for me to talk to show them how to get in the business. Powerful, right on the spot. Not a week later, but on the spot. Thank you for that. And then on Thursday, I think we have Mr. Dean Torelli, who's on the call with us today. Mr. Dean Torelli, good evening, good morning, good seeing you, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got Mr. Dean Torelli on Throwback Thursday this month. I'm excited about that. And then Thursday night at 6 o'clock, right back here again, 1 through 10 on Thursday. And then on Friday, we got Mr. Byron Nelson on Friday. Oh, my God. And then 6 o'clock, happy hour on Friday. And then Saturday leadership, I'm going to be preaching and teaching out of GoPro. So get ready for the month of February. Oh my goodness. And then Mr. King and Miss King will be back on Sunday with another training And I mean, if you missed yesterday, oh my, he's just what it's like a continuation of what Mr. Matt Seever says. So go back and watch yesterday. It was powerful. And with that said, I want to thank everybody on the call. Can we give Mr. Matt Seever a little more love? Show him some love, y'all. Show some love. Put some in the chat. There you go. Dave Culver, the professors. Thank you, Mr. Seever, so much. Appreciate it. Awesome. That's right. Thank you so much, Professor. Who else? Just we want to thank you, Mr. Seavers. I know you've been moving and from state to state and been traveling and hunting in between that. Mr. Brian Swallow, thank you, sir, out of Sacramento. Mr. Freddie Sherman, thanks. All right. Sensational out in Florida, Freddie. All right. Well, listen, everybody, tonight, don't forget Power Hour tonight. Let's gear it up like Mr. Seavers just talked about. Let's make it happen in a big way. God bless y'all. Do something today to move your business forward. God bless y'all, and thank you. Don't forget the bonus that we just went over for the month. That's a powerful bonus for the month of February. With that being said, thank you all, and can you feel it? God bless you. Have a great day.